Great time.
That was a little timing there.
That's it. It's the best drama we've had all week, that's for sure.
I don't know what to...
Well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Andertons TV, and today we're going deep.
We're going deep.
Going low.
My name is Pete Baritone White. Baritone White, and you can be Baritone Gip. Oh, that's the other way, isn't it?
I was going to be Pavarotti, but how can I get baritone in Barivotti?
Parivotti.
Anyway, now the baritone. The
Parihotti.
baritone guitar. No such thing really as a baritone guitar. It's really a tuning. As more than a guitar.
It's a scale length and a tuning, isn't
yes.
it? Yeah.
But as we've tried and failed in previous videos, it's not that easy to take a normal guitar
and make it
tune it down low without everything becoming very flappy. And so the way of thinking about a baritone is guitar manufacturers go, look, if you want to tune it lower, we'll make the scale length a bit longer, so the distance from the nut to the bridge is a bit longer, and string it with maybe some slightly heavier strings, and we'll go for that. That's what makes it baritone. So the tuning, all the intervals on the tuning is the same as an electric guitar. So you can play an E chord, you can play all my chords.
A shape, you can play an E shape because it's not an E chord, is it?
Well, exactly.
Well, that's the thing. But hey, you know,
unless of course you start going different tunings. But look, so all these guitars here, actually with the exception of that one, let's just move this over for the sake of symmetry. All these guitars here are baritone-esque guitars. I suppose in fairness, the bass 6 is maybe its own thing. We'll talk about that in a minute. But essentially the other 4 guitars, which are this Squier Cabronita baritone. Is this from Paranormal series? I think it is, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
A Danelectro baritone, a Chapman ML1 baritone, and a Gretsch baritone.
Oh.
They're all affordable. I mean, it's a relative term, right? But we've picked, I think the dearest one here is about 600 quid and the cheapest one here is about 300. So they're all kind of affordable.
Yeah, I think that's about 3 something. But anyway.
And there's something haunting and interesting about a baritone, because you kind of think, how different can it be if we're just playing the same as a regular guitar, just a few notes lower? But it takes on its own.
There's a thing going on, isn't there? There was a different tone, which listen to people like Aria Posen, for instance, who has got that tone, that deep tone, but he plays it in a different way. That's just his voice when he calls, hello.
Hi.
Oh, that's Adele, isn't it?
It could
Hello. Please like and subscribe as well. And hit the notification
channel. She's great.
Yeah, she's great. But this, you probably subscribed to that already. It is a big beast though, isn't it, Lee?
I don't find it. Oh, sorry, no, I tell a lie.
See, that's the shortest one, right?
Is it? I thought they were all the kind of same.
I think
so
that's...
when I play a baritone guitar,
that one.
all I immediately notice is the strings are much fatter than when I play a regular guitar. I don't really notice the extra inch.
But that's the shortest one. That's about 27.
Right.
And these ones are about 30.
No,
this one and this one and that one
might be. But
29 and 7.
No.
29, 7, 5.
No.
2-inch Pete. That's what they call me down the pub.
So we're kind of, this isn't really a demo on any specific one of these. This is a kind of like, I kind of feel once you've learned, you know, most of us will learn to play the guitar on some sort of 6-string nylon string or an acoustic guitar, and then we might go to electric guitar or whatever, and that's what we'll learn on. And what you probably, maybe you know, maybe you don't, but there are other stringed instruments that I think there's a really easy entry point to, because you already know the basics, that just create completely different tones. So I'm thinking things like resonator acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
You know, it's all the same strings, same chord shapes, everything like that, but it's totally different sound, and it's kind of magical, and it makes you do something different. And I kind of feel like the baritone is the same thing. To a certain degree, I kind of feel like, even when you look at like ukuleles and banjos and mandolins and stuff, which are obviously stringed instruments, because they're different chords,
they're not really.
They're not. You know, you can't just literally pick one up and go, "Oh, here I go." You know. Well,
no, it's not, because you know, on a ukulele, for instance, it's just these 4.
Okay, ukulele was maybe
the same. But
that's a crossover one, isn't it? But I've picked up mandolins and banjos before, and I'm like, what do I do?
You pick up anything, and it's just like, what do I do? but anyway, no, it's. I think it's I think it's, yeah. I mean,
concept
it's
of the video
anyway.
is, we're just saying, if you can play the electric guitar, you can play a baritone guitar. Yeah. And these are some of the affordable ones that we sell, or some of the more affordable ones.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of brands, make really expensive baritone guitars as well.
Oh, the Gretsch makes what's his name, Dwayne Eddy one.
If you could play.
Wow.
If you could play, and because I think people will go, well, which one should I choose? And they're all quite different, both sounding and feeling. So, Pete, if you could just take
Ladies
us
and gentlemen, Curtis Dykers. So anyway, so let's listen to this Gretsch. I mean, this is a quite long. It's almost 30-inch, and it's quite long, and it's quite. I wouldn't say if you want to start out, I wouldn't say this is the one for you. Just putting it out there, because it is quite a. I'm pointing at that, but we'll come to that in a minute. Yeah. So, but here's the neck pickup. That's the. Now it's getting that. That's the kind of ario tone right there.
I was going to say, in case you guys are wondering, this is a normal guitar amplifier, normal pedal board, so there's no such thing as like a specialist baritone amp or baritone pedals. No. All that, it's quite amazing actually, because you kind of realise there's quite a bit more bass end in a normal guitar amplifier than you think. And were the tone and volumes all the way up?
All the way up there, yeah.
Wow. And what are they like? Powertron style?
There's like I think there's something like that. Filtertrons, whatever, something.
Humbuckery sounding Gretsch.
Yeah. But
How much is that?
It's about it's like $4.99, something like that, around 500 quid, which is really affordable, Here's a little bit of blue side of the protein. I mean, it's just that tone, So you can't. It's long, the neck is long, so you can be caught out on it. But
what's like a jazz bass or a P bass is 33-inch, right? So it's not as long as a bass, but it's longer than a regular guitar.
Yeah, it's something like that. Let's try a bit of fuzz on it quickly, because that's what they do, isn't it?
Let's jump to the Danelectro.
Danelectro
is similar dough. I think there's a special offer on these at the moment around about the $450 mark, so they might be a bit dearer than that if you're watching this video after the special offer's ended.
Look at that.
Cool black metallic finish, very Danelectro style with the sort of the band, like what is that, like a tape sort of faux leathery kind of band that goes around the edge.
Yeah.
The lipstick pickups.
Lipstick.
Very simple, again 3 positions.
This feels long as well.
Yeah, this will sound quite different to this one because obviously they're single coils rather than humbuckers.
Sounds like there's a bird in here somewhere. There's definitely something. I mean, the action can be quite high on these, and the strings are quite hard to press down. You know, I play a lot, but I get these things.
Well, that, again, the big thing that you'll notice straight away, as well as the thicker strings, is the wound third. So I suspect you probably can buy heavier sets of strings that suit a baritone and still have a plain third, but it's not.
It's really nice though.
It's not the kind of guitar that I just think it's going to force you to play different stuff to what you play, and that for me is almost all the beauty behind it. You're not just going, oh yeah, I'll just play that same old blues lick that I play on a, you're finding those things that the baritone does uniquely.
Yeah, and I mean the neck is a slim, modern feeling neck. These edges are not rolled, but
Danelectro, if you've watched this channel for a while, you'll know we kind of, I think we always feel that
I like them. They've got a thing.
They back in the day they were a super affordable guitar, and they're obviously replicas of those kind of super affordable guitars, but they're just not quite so affordable these days. So that's always my sort of minor criticism of them. But they've got a vibe. They look super cool. They've got a super
good vibe. I mean, here's the middle. It's not as hot as I would expect, this one here, but so I just boosted a bit. I like it.
Oh, mate.
It's such an inspiring thing.
It's a great
to
colour.
play, and it's a wicked colour.
There's a wicked colour, isn't it? Right. Now probably the most contemporary one, I guess, of the selection that we've got today. This is a Chapman ML1. This has a coil tap on it, so obviously you can play
it's
both humbuckers or single coil kind of tones. I think, has it got locking tuners as well?
It's got locking tuners as well.
Locking tuners. So this one, I don't know. I guess if you were buying a baritone, maybe to play a higher gain kind of vibe stuff, maybe this would be the best suited one.
Absolutely.
Of what we've got, but it'll do all sorts as well.
See, this is without the boost on, so there's definitely more girth in these pickups. You can hear it immediately. It's really nice to play this.
I said you couldn't play fast, but...
It's really nice to play this guitar. It feels really nice. I mean, the strings, I think, these are 72 gauge. I mean, this is 72 to 13.
It's nearly as old as me.
Yeah. But I think Ariel is like 16, or Joey is like 16. Some of those guys are...
But then they drop tune even more than
so it'll be like C or something. But I mean, it's really nice. Here's the middle position. and bridge. No. Let's split the neck. See, that's when I'm hearing that kind of a beer thing, you know. Do you know what I mean? You know, whatever he plays, but it's you know, they're really nice. I'm just pressing all these. I mean, it's just nice. I mean,
it's a great guitar.
It's a little about
That's the most expensive one that we've got.
$5.99, I think it is. Yeah.
That's right. Now we might as well move to the cheapest one.
Yeah, it's weird how it becomes quiet in a room when that sort of sound comes on.
It's haunting, right?
I think it needs a bit of a tune at the end. And it's quite like that guitar as well. This is a little bit heavier.
This I suppose actually, in fairness, most of these guitars, in fact, I want to say all of these guitars are also available in non-baritone. Obviously, you know, if you just want a straight,
I'm cuddling down here.
Tele, or you want the Gretsch or the Danelectro, you can get them in non-baritone if you're sort of, you know, watching this video going, oh.
Yeah,
I like the guitar, but I don't know if I want baritone.
See, but it's as you say, it's an inspirational tool to start playing more emotionally,
and it's different.
That is so important to play with emotions.
It's not.
I'm very emotional.
You know, it's not the royal blood kind of thing. You know, that is just a bass guitar used in a sort of a riffy guitar kind of way. This is a sort of an in-betweeny. I just love the fact that you can play all these chords with this crazy, haunting, deep voicing.
Isn't she? Just playing some of the same stuff so we get an idea of what they sound like. This feels shorter. It feels like a Telecaster that just like a balloon that's blown up a little bit too much. Is
practically speaking, the fact that that's a shorter scale length than the other ones we've got here, are you feeling then that the strings don't have as much tension in them, so maybe a little looser?
It's a little bit looser.
Which maybe some people find easier, some people might go, maybe I can't put quite as heavy strings on it as I'd like to.
That's why I did say before that I think if I were to suggest one of these as for a beginner that wants to get into it, I think this is the one to get. Because you could potentially put slightly less heavy strings on it as well.
Get away with it.
So you can get away with it a little bit. Is that... I'm getting carried away. Middle position. A little bit out there. Here's the bridge. I mean, that's a lot of gain.
I love it though. So that's obviously got two P90s on it and a hard tail. Very much sort of Telecaster sort of style, I guess, vibe rather.
Anyway, moving on to the Bass 6, which is a different beast, you know. It's a Jazzmaster Jaguar
This was a thing. This was a thing in the 60s from Fender.
Yeah.
As a kind of a crossover instrument. So it's 6 strings, same tuning as an electric guitar would be. Sorry, same intervals, but a complete octave down. So you've got that bottom string is an E string, like a bass would be. But it's on it's on an offset body with a trem system. Yeah. You've got Jaguar style switching.
So you can basically turn on one pickup at a time and then a bass cut type thing. I think they call it something special, but I can't remember. I mean, it's a very, very different beast from the others, you know.
Yeah.
You don't get
funny.
those... It doesn't do that hunting kind of thing, does it?
It never really caught on back in the day, and then it obviously got discontinued for ages, and then it came back as a Squier classic vibe maybe 5 years ago, and because it's so affordable now in the Squier range, you know, it's unbelievably popular.
Yeah,
again, I think people buy it just to experiment on. It looks a bit cool and just see what happens.
I mean, what is it, 399 quid or 279, something like that? And it's just, it's all it is, you know. And if you save up a little bit,
as well. Don't we have a limited edition pink one of those?
There is a pink one. Yeah, I think. Didn't we sell all of those?
No, but like there's another 100 or something coming.
Oh, is there?
So crazy popular.
Matt Knight's going to want one of those. I mean, we had one here, and I tried to hide it in the corner.
How does the trem system work?
Well,
or
there's only one way to find out, isn't there, Lee?
There is.
You got the.
Yeah, it's very mechanical.
This is what it is. Yeah, it's very mechanical and very sort of... But let's try with some... Let's put some gain on it, man.
Why
just because...
not?
That's just some fuzz. That's why I just gain. It's very floppy, isn't it?
It's floppy as in the strings are floppy, I think, rather than the strings are floppy, yeah.
I mean, you say that the bass cut was actually...
It's so weird. So
it was actually...
So that's a lower note than the B that's on here, and yet these sound lower.
The strings are flappy. You know, oh, sorry. You can hear they're very flappy because they're tuned up. So there's one Scary Pockets are playing a song, and there's the guy plays a bass 6 with Corey Henry, Corey Henry, the keyboard player and singer, amazing artist. And the bass player plays a bass 6, but he plays bass on it.
Really?
Yeah. So he probably uses a bass amp. I'm not sure. Maybe
you could put heavier strings, I guess. Couldn't you?
No, I wouldn't put heavier strings on. I would just find maybe a bass amp to use it with. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't buy, if I wanted a baritone style guitar, I wouldn't buy this.
Right.
I would buy one of these, you know, to begin with, probably that, because the short scale length is easier to manage, and then have this as a different thing. It's a different vibe, you know.
I mean, that's kind of my opinion. Like, you know, we'll wind up on the video now. Hopefully, it's been a useful introduction to you. You know, if you're sort of inspired to go check out baritones, as I said, these are some of the super popular ones and the slightly more affordable ones we sell.
Yeah.
We'll put links to them all in the description below.
Yeah, that sounded best.
Yeah, I mean,
because you have split coil and...
I have to stay slightly Switzerland when Chapman are involved.
Yeah, that's fine. I get that, you know.
Obviously, I'm glad that you liked this one a lot. I mean, I think, personally, I'm probably with you in that, you know, that for the money is insane, and
a good place to start.
It's kind of, but this is the dearest one as well. But this for just like, you know, its build and the split thing.
The top looks really good on that. It's got a good. It goes up like
thing,
that,
isn't it?
It goes.
Yeah. Well, there we are.
So,
what did you think? In the description below, comments even. You can't put anything in the description below. That's our job. But you can put comments.
Unless you guess the passcode for the
which has
YouTube
happened
channel.
before as well. Anyway, please like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. And Pete and I, or someone else, on this channel, especially if they've hacked the passcode.
We'll be cooking something, making candlesticks
here soon. Thank you so much, Pete. I could have sat here and listened to you play all day.
Yes, but we got stuff to do, man. That's more important than this.
I usually do. So yes. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.